Do you see why we add the profit maximizer, okay? We could have made $19, but instead we made 19 plus 88, which sums to 107. Traded with AI, traded with the trend. This is the How to Trade Stocks and Options podcast, brought to you by 10MinuteStockTrader.com, where we cover finance, stocks, options, entrepreneurship, education, and money. And here's your host, voted one of the top 100 people in finance, Christopher Ewell. Hey, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you'll be notified every time we give you more tools, tips, and tricks to help you trade faster and trade smarter every single week. Okay, so I'm looking to put on another trade. I'm going to go through this whole process again, but this time, instead of using a FinClub pick, we're going to be using something off of my watch list, which is how this process works. You can choose either on the FinClub picks, which they give you a whole bunch every day, right? It could be, man, I've seen days where it's like 80 different picks and they all pass. It's one of those crazy, awesome days. But then there's days like today where there are 12 that pass, and we just put on one for ILMN just a moment ago, and it's got 4 to 8 days. So I'm in no hurry for this one. It's totally fine. But then again, I was looking at my watch list and I was like, hey, we got a couple that are lighting up here. Now you can go into TrendSpider and make your own watch list of whatever stocks you want. Like this is my watch list here. And these are ones that I'm interested in, right? These are ones that are liquid that I always want to be trading because they give lots of opportunities. And I just saw a minute ago on the AI chart power scanner, which you can access both the power scanner and the AI quant trading model down below in the links. But the power scanner just told me to look at Netflix and Nvidia. And I love trading Netflix, but I only trade Netflix long. Let's take a look at Netflix. Netflix is showing some strength here. Look at that. It's up almost to its 20-day. So as you can see, the market kind of tanked for a while. And actually, I had to put a hold on making these trade examples here inside the course because the market was not cooperating. But looks like we have the scanner lighten up and we've got some opportunities here. So first thing we want to do, and I did this on purpose, was I cleared out my signals here, especially for Netflix, because I want to be unbiased in this and say, okay, what's a good exit point for Netflix? So first, let's go down our trade plan here. First, we have FinClub open, which you saw just a moment ago. Today's a green day, so it's an opportunity to go long on things. We're not overbought or oversold in the market. And Netflix is in the communications sector, which is not overbought or oversold. It's pretty much in the middle, which is great. Open TrendSpider, which you've already seen. Open Tastyworks, which we have here. We just put on this trade a moment ago. And open your trading tool, which in this case is the AI quant trading model. It can be your pen and paper. It can be anything that works for you to write your unbreakable trading plan. This is key. You are in control of that. The AI quant trading model just makes it easy where you just click a couple buttons. So let's go ahead and start our timer. I kind of forgot to do that. All right, so now we're trading with fire. We're going to write our risk. What's our unbreakable trading plan? What stock, how much, what are our entry and exit points? Okay, so we're looking at Netflix. All right. How much? What stock, right? So we're looking at Netflix, and we need to do something with Netflix. We're not ready to roll just yet. Let's do our strategy tester and get an idea of where our back-tested trend lines are that we want to follow. Right now, it's above the 3-day, which is this purple line, the 5-day, which is the gray line, the 10-day, which is the blue line, the 15-day, which is the pink line, and it's sitting right at the 20-day. I'm not going to call that over yet. It's pretty close. So we are only allowed to look at the 15 or the 10-day. The 5 is just too fast, and the 3 is definitely too fast. So here's the 10, right? Price greater than 10 exponential moving average, price less than exponential moving average of 10. This is our entry criteria, exit criteria. Hit test. Holy moly. 700% return following the 10. It's stout. I don't know if 15 can beat it, but let's go see. Remember, these are the only two moving averages that we have on our screen that's above. You could do any kind of signals or patterns or whatever you want inside of here. I like to keep it simple, so I use one exponential moving average. Next. So the 10 was at 700%. The 15 is going to be at 1,187%. Jeepers creepers. All right, well, I'll tell you what, that's a pretty sweet return right there. Let's use that, because it is over right now, as our setup for entry. So open. And we're looking at $487. So let's just go put that right now. 487. Okay. Key point here. The stock is just over our signal line, 486.96, and we can see that here. 485, 488. There's a little bit of a discrepancy there as far as the dollar amount, but it is close, right? Now, if this goes below tomorrow, if we keep our plan, we close it. If it opens up tomorrow, we don't have to worry about it. We're going to see it continue on. So next, we're looking at only 2 shares. We will be doing a profit maximizer on this because it does have a lot of liquidity. Let's go back to our checklist here. What stock? Netflix. How much? 2 shares. Entry and exit points? We got those. 486.96, or you could look at it as the 15-day EMA. All right? I just like this here because I can see it as a number right there on my screen. Next, let's set alerts. We need alerts to enter and exit the trade. Well, our alert to enter the trade, we already got in our AI quant trading model. It was above our backtested trend line, which we love. Next, what's our alert to exit the trade? Anything below here. So let's go set that alert. So we're going to use the pink line. That's our 15-day EMA. Right click, create alert, breakthrough, no sensitivity, 12-minute candle. Okay. Netflix, NFLX, trailing stop, copy, paste, and let's call it 18 days out. So the next 18 days, if it breaks below this line on a 12-minute candle, that's when we'll get an alert. Now, I'm hoping that it goes up tomorrow, but if it doesn't, that is okay, because we already have our plan in place. We're going to be risking all of $3 to go from the current price to the signal price multiplied by our number of shares. Now our profit maximizer, we could change this. We could say, hey, we don't want to go 6%, we can go 5%. So we're looking at a trade of $250. But let's keep this easy. Let's make it 6%. And I'll show you where we find that at. Next, go into Tastyworks. Go Netflix. Now, I like to use the closest to 7 days out. Ooh, we got Netflix earnings coming up, so we're not going to hold it past a couple iterations of this if we can. But you can see the open interest here is in the multi-hundreds, and that's what we want. Let's go to the deltas. We want to have our delta. Oh, we are actually to... Did I set the alert? Let me double check. I did. Okay. We're past this set the alerts. We're to distribute dollars. Sorry, it's so fast to me. Like I don't think about the methodology of it, but you do need to check this off as you're going along. This is where we enter the trades. You open your plan on your notepad, whatever you've got. Get your stock and profit maximizer sizes, position sizes. That's key. You want to keep that small, okay? And I say small because if we lose... Well, this is the way it's set up. It's either 15% of the account size, so it was like $750 is the 15% of that, or 50 basis points in risk, so half of 1% in risk. And that's what we want to have happen. Either of these, whichever one is smaller, is what we're going with, okay? So in this case, we're going to go 2 shares, and that's roughly $900-ish, which is close to our 15%. So... Going to Tastyworks, and let's price out the profit maximizer real quick. We want to keep it below our signal line, which is 487, which should be pretty easy because that's like the current price. So anything below here, we're going to go the 30-ish delta, and I like to start at a $5 wide. That gets us 369, 370. That's fair. That's within $100 or so of the risk that we want to keep, so that's good. So what we do now is we're $10 below our signal line. Let's just visualize that real quick. This is where the current stock price is at. This is our backtested trend line. And we're looking at the 477. If it expires above 477, which is all the way to here, then this is a winning trade, right? If it goes down, it can be a loser. But if it goes up and above that, we're going to do all right. So I'll leave that there for now. And so what I like to do is I like to click this down, maybe $5, $10, because you're going to get filled at the best possible price. So don't worry about that, at least in Tastyworks, right? If you click this down $10 on other platforms, maybe like Robinhood, they want to keep as much as they can instead of price improving you. And you need to be aware of that. So we're going to review and send order. Boom, we are in. That was fast. Okay, let's go back to the stock. We need to buy a couple though. We need to buy 2. Quantity, 2. Add a market order. Now we do market order because if we want to get in, we want to get in now. Not tomorrow, not later. We don't want to miss any opportunities. We want to get in now. Reviewing send order. And we're in. So now if we pop this open, we can see that we have 2 pieces of a trade here. We have our put spread maximizer and we have our shares. For ease of use, I like to group these vertical. And then, because we always want to close before they expire, so we don't have any issues, I like to put it 75%, which leaves us with a $30 debit, and send. Now, this will work on its own. You don't have to do anything at all with this. The shares you would still need to close, and you can see our risk profile here. And we've got a minute left. Cool. So let's go and look at E. Are you following your unbreakable trading plan? Yes. Are you trading with the AI? Yes. Did you use backtested trend lines? Yes. Now, you've got to log and learn. So let's go log our trade. I'm going to copy this down because it's same long stock. And that still was today. So NFLX, long stock, 2 shares as well. We got into Netflix at 489.19. 489.19. And like I said, this here, because we are paying for it, it's a negative. Now we do 928. The expiration was October 2nd. 10-2. Netflix. This was a put credit spread. And obviously you can call it whatever works for you. We have 2 legs on this trade because we bought and sold one. Quantity of 1. Same price we entered at. The short put was the 477.5. Long put 472.5. And that was what delta? 31. 477.5. 472.5. 31 delta. And we sold it for a price of 121. Like I said, it gave us a price improvement. Go back to here. 121 because we took in a credit on the trade. Now my fees are automatically calculated, but you'll need to update those as you go. Look at that, right on time. Sweet. All right. Good, I'm happy about that. So that is everything on the Netflix trade that you're going to need to know to put it on. All right, and then just one other thing here. Let's go update this price. We got it in at 489.19. 489.19. Okay, we're done. So now look forward to the closing of the Netflix trade down below. Hey, I thought I would take a minute to, rather than give you a trade update, give you like a portfolio update. So in this particular instance, I just closed the NVIDIA trade and I was taking a look at the portfolio and I was like, hey, these are doing really well. Remember, I don't look at the dollars. I look at the percentages. I literally have the dollars turned off. And that's because they do mess with your brain, okay? But if you can focus on just the percentages, that's what matters. Now, the trade price and the mark gets a little weird, right? It takes into account what you've paid for this and then what you've sold this for. So honestly, I don't even look at that either. Because I know that what's on here right now is not $4,600 worth. Either way. So as you can see, the portfolio right now, the risk that's on has gained 6%, okay? And then we can go through each one of these and you can see how they are working. So let's look at, let's start at the top. Let's look at Apple. So our Apple trade, we're up nearly 1% on the stock, but we're up 50% on what we've sold the profit maximizer for. When you combine that, that shows a gain on capital, right? The gain on the capital that we have at risk of 9.7%. Yeah, that's why we add the profit maximizer. So ILMN, this one is just the shares and it's up 1.5%. That's pretty standard right there. Next, we can look at Microsoft and we can see that while this one does show to be down some, right? 0% on the stock, 0.6 on the stock, and then 12% on the profit maximizer. The actual change to our capital at risk is only 2%. Next, we can go to Netflix. Oh, you know what? Netflix, my put spread must have closed. It sure did. It must have done that like while I was talking. Great. Okay, so we can make this one about Netflix. So Netflix, well, I don't even know how much it was up. We're going to have to log this real quick. So we're in our AI quant trading model. Today is an orange Fin Club day, so we aren't going to be adding anymore. In fact, we'll be taking things off whenever they get closed like that. We're going to delete Netflix here because we are going to close that in just a moment. We're going to go to our entry portfolio. We're going to put Netflix, put credit spread at, it was closed at 30. So we sold it at 121, closed it at 30. So our profit on that was $88. That's great. Okay. Let's go close the stock real quick because today's an orange day. If it were not an orange day, I would let this ride. I would actually go out into the future and to another week out and reestablish because this is the beginning of a beautiful trend. But today is an orange day. So because of that, I'm not going to put it out in the future and I'm actually going to close our Netflix account. Look, we can always reestablish. I'm not worried about that at all. But we have to take the profits when they're given to us, and we have to work with the AI. And the AI says today is not a day to be putting on new trades. So let's go ahead and close it. Netflix, close position, market order, review and send. Just like that, we're out of Netflix at 498.71. And then the way that this works is I need to put as a negative 498.71, 930. And we made, 498, not 198, 498.71. We made $20 on that trade. All right, so 1902. Do you see why we add the profit maximizer, okay? We could have made $19, but instead we made 19 plus 88, which sums to 107. Traded with AI, traded with the trend. We had a 23% return on the profit maximizer. We had a nearly 2% return on the stock. Our account has grown from 5,000. Now we're up to 5202.18. Let's go to our profit table. You can see our put credit spread is by far our most profitable thing, which it should be. It's meant to be that way. Netflix has given us a little bit more than Nvidia, and same on the stock. So we're up 202.18. Let's go to our profit table, or profit chart, I should say. You can see these are the trades that we've put on. And then the light blue line, that is our trend. So our trend is looking super strong. So that was unexpected. I honestly did not expect to be talking about a closing trade here. I really just wanted to show you what it looks like when you're using this system. When you have throwaway trades, they're gone. That you don't see big negative losers, right? This Microsoft one is just not performing yet, but Microsoft is doing fine. I mean, take a look at it. It's above our trend lines and everything's doing hunky-dory. So there's nothing to do on that. It's okay. So whenever we have these trades, right, we're up 2% on the Tesla shares. We're up 44% on the profit maximizer. We're up 12% on the whole position. That's how the system works. That's how it's designed to work. You have your AI, you have your trends, and you have that all combined together, which can drastically transform your trading all at once. Okay, so what'd you think? That was pretty incredible, right? Now, if you liked that, that's only a taste, only a sample of what you're going to find in the full AI stock trading system. And I really highly encourage you to go and check this out. Obviously, you are interested in learning on how to trade, and that's why you're listening to this podcast. Now, I'm going to take and download my entire trading system that I use day in and day out onto you. And the only way I'm going to be able to do that is over at the AIStockTradingSystem.com. You're going to get phase 1, 2, and 3, several bonuses, and on top of that, I'm going to walk you through over a dozen trades that I put on inside of my account, holding your hand and showing you exactly how I got in, how I got out, how I use the artificial intelligence data, and how this could work inside of your own trading portfolio on a daily basis. So make sure you head on over to AIStockTradingSystem.com. That's AIStockTradingSystem.com to learn more and to get started and to download my decade plus worth of trading experience into your hands so you can start using the AI stock trading system today, the 5-step system to take the guesswork out of trading. Hey, if you like this video, let me know by leaving me a like below, and then subscribe and share it with somebody you think could use it as well. Be sure to comment below with your biggest takeaway from this episode and any suggestions you have for future episodes. And finally, make sure you watch these other videos to help you trade faster and trade smarter, and I'll see you on the next episode.